Dude, that's a big number, man. 330K, and he's giving away for free his schedule, his calendar.
There's people out there that have done double what I've did, and there's people out there that have done half of what I've done. But I did it while also having a family, having 4 kids at the time. But the reason I stress this is because I'm not doing anything special. And I want everyone out there to know that if you have the desire and the want within you and you're willing to bet on yourself, that you can do more than you think you can do. You have the ability to go out there and help more families. You have the ability to buy more leads and to invest in yourself and make more phone calls. All those things are available.
Welcome back to the CA Power Players Podcast, live every Tuesday, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. Today, I get a special guest all the way from Peoria, Illinois. A dude that's awesome to hang out with and brought his son, Sawyer, all the way from Peoria, Illinois. Please welcome Alex Jackson.
What's up, guys? What's up? Yeah, drove all the way from Germantown Hills, right outside of Peoria, Illinois, about right at 6 hours. So if you happen to follow on social, that's where we were headed from that post the other day. And got my son Sawyer here. Sawyer, say hey.
Not 9-year-old, man.
Yeah,
in here soaking it up. This is a cool cat.
He was in the meeting and in the sales meeting.
Yeah.
He actually was giving some advice over at Secure Agent Marketing on how to sell.
That's right, he was.
By not selling.
Yes.
It was fun.
Dude, it's cool, man. Okay, for those that maybe aren't following you on social, since you brought it up, how can they do that right now?
So YouTube is at Custom Life Pro or Custom Life Pro. I'm still new to all this stuff, Cody.
Yeah,
I don't
cool.
have it like you do. So Custom Life Pro is a YouTube. More content to come on that. And then on the Instagram is Alex Jackson 1130. I think.
Yeah, it is.
Should I check? Is that what it is? Okay, good.
I just tagged you like 4 minutes ago. That's
Good,
exactly
perfect.
what it is.
And I think TikTok is also Custom Life Pro.
I love it, man.
So
I love it.
No, it's Alex Jackson.
There you go.
Oh, is it Alex Jackson?
know.
Sawyer's correcting us. I love it.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, man. That's good. I love it. Well, I can tell you this. Okay, as you guys are jumping in, I'm going to throw out some big claims, man. This dude did like 330K his first year. He protected like 458 families. He's got an agency now that'll do millions in premium. Like the dude's real serious about growth and helping people. I can guarantee you there'll be some nuggets that you will learn today, and you will want to pay attention to every word this cat says. You want to take notes, because I can guarantee you want to scale, you want to do more, you want to sell more, you want to help more. This dude is at the top of the list, man. He's doing that well. He's one of the I'm friends with a bunch of people at Symmetry. This is one of the cats that's crushing it there. Why did you join why did you join the insurance industry?
The old why. So I was originally in the car business. Before that, I was in the Marine Corps for 7 years.
Nice.
Thank
you for your service. How cool is that?
Thanks, Cody. So in the Marine Corps for 7 years, and then
how was the Marine? I'm going to cut you off. How was the Marine Corps? 7 years. You're serving your country. You're doing your thing, man. How was that experience?
Well, some people that are active duty will give me some grief for this, but I was in the reserves for those 7 years. Still did 2 tours, one to Iraq, and the way I always answer that question is, how was it? The Iraq part was hot. I mean, we got there, it was 130 degrees. Couldn't walk to the restroom without having boots on, because the ground is what it was. So
wow.
But it's I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I got out when I did, and just we just had Memorial Day a few days ago. So to anyone that has been or is still in, or has any family members that were, God be with you guys.
That's right.
Insurance. So started off in 2017, super part-time.
Okay.
So my first nugget is, if you're looking at this business and you're like, I'm going to do this part-time, or I'm going to kind of sort of do this, or I'm going to do it as an extra income. Yeah, you can do that. But I just wish I had started full-time from Jump Street.
Wow.
because I know where I would be now compared to where I am right now, and it'd be a whole different level. I mean,
That's good.
I mean, it is. I mean, listen, 8% is not called 8% by accident. It's a bureau labor, whatever it's called, statistic, and the number of people that make it in this industry after 1 year is like 5 to 8%.
Yeah.
And then 5 years is 1%. So
Crazy.
if you're going to make
nuts.
it here, right? I mean, so I guess I've made it technically 5 years, part-time included, but 4 years will be in September. But I got into this business because I was gone all the time. I was in a corporate America, Fortune 500, 6-figure, income job, and I was gone all the time. I mean, I was gone 2.5 to 3 weeks ish out of every month.
2 to 3 weeks of every month.
Yeah.
And you were making 6 figures in a corporate position.
$110,000 a year salary.
Dude, some of you guys are like, this dude's walking to the bathroom in 130-degree weather. Some of you won't even go to the, like literally the mailbox in 130-degree weather. And also making $110,000 a year in corporate America. And most people would never leave something like that. But he saw a bigger future for himself, which we're going to get into. Where were you at? What were you doing?
I was a corporate trainer. First, I started off as a sales executive for the company I was with. Yep. And then I was a trainer for those people that I was training my old me's. And like I said, man, I went to work as long as I showed up and stayed clean and didn't do anything that was wrong. Then I had the job. Yeah. And most people are like, you left $110,000 a year salary job. Correct. Married with 3 kids and 1 on the way. We'll get into that in a second. Like, that's nuts.
That is nuts.
But he's 9 now. And so he was 5 at the time. But what's sad.
That's scary.
Here's what's crazy though, Cody, is the kids now, my kids, the younger 2 had more of me in their first 4 years or the last 4 years, right? Including my daughter Maggie. All she knows is daddy at home. Versus he knew from 2 to 5 years old, gone all the time. Wow. The difference it makes is it's crazy.
Yeah, it's a huge difference too. And you think about it, like you did that like 110,000, but that was straight to the family, right? Where even in insurance, you think about that, you got to compare the two, right? That's 200 to 300K of commissions in insurance, depending on where you're at, what you're spending on leads, whatever, right? Yep. But expense wise, to net 110K, that's not just 110,000 insurance commissions. That's 110,000 straight to the Jackson pocket, right? The wallet. So if you think about that, that's 200 to 300,000 in a lot of scenarios, if not more in some scenarios where you're actually netting 110. Right. So that's an even bigger, bold move than people can even recognize until you start thinking about the math. So that's awesome.
Well, and what's crazy about that 110 is that was my salary. I wasn't the net. So that was before taxes came out, which again, in insurance, technically we pay taxes afterwards, but still like.
No, we don't pay any taxes.
No, just kidding. But no, like the amount of money that people are they're afraid to leave. Yeah. Or the commitment that they're afraid to make is kind of what's scary.
And that's a good point too, because yes, it's a lot, you need to make more insurance to do that. But even like 110, take out taxes, I don't know what you end up with, but 60, 70K after you pay a bunch of taxes or whatever, right? You think about that, like how hard would it be for a family of 4?
3 and 1 on the way, 4 now, yeah.
Yeah, 4, married, 4 kids in Peoria, Illinois, which is not the same as Mississippi. No. No, nothing against Mississippi. I love Mississippi, right? But if you think about that, that's what can you really do with $5,000 a month after tax? You know what I mean? Right. I mean, really, you can survive, but you can never really thrive. No. And there's a lot of people watching out there right now. I've had a lot of people over the years that were in corporate America. They were doing their thing, and then they ended up they were deciding whether they should join insurance, man. But dude, it's you do it because you want a brighter future. You do it because you want the financial freedom and the time freedom. You do it because you want to spend more time with family. Your kids as they're growing up, like 9 is in such an awesome age, you know, like the dude is fun. He's vibrant. He's cool. He's like a mini you. And I love his energy. Like you think about that, like some people are like, dude, I make $5,000 a month, you know, it's great. You need to be, we need to get you to 6 figures, right? However, this world is hard to live in there's a lot of people that are only living on 2, 3, 4 grand a month, you know?
And it amazes me how.
Now 5, 6, 7, you're getting somewhere. It's stacking a little bit,
Right.
but dude, 2, 3, 4 is rough.
Yeah. And people do it,
Yeah.
but it amazes me.
Here's a question for you. Do you think everyone should be an insurance agent?
No.
Because there's certain people in the industry, if I ask them that question, they will say emphatically yes.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
definitely not.
Why do you say that?
Well, one, if everyone was, then the income available would be not what
yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
And-
And not everybody's cut out to
No.
be. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
people, most people are not cut out.
Correct.
Most people
I would agree with that
don't
too.
want to help people buy stuff because they think they're selling.
Yeah.
And it's just no, it's not a business. It's not a business for everyone, and that's because my mentors taught me this is a simple business, but it's not easy. Mm-hmm. Right, and that's it's something that gets said a lot in this business, but it's really, really simple, but it's not easy. And here's the analogy I make to that, Cody, is have you ever dug a hole with a shovel? Like a full-size shovel, right? To dig a hole, to take the dirt and move it over there, it's simple,
I mean,
right?
not that big of a hole, you know. I wasn't.
Why? Because
hiding the body or
because the simple task gets hard.
Yeah.
It's simple to move the dirt from here to there, move the dirt from here to there, but to do it over and over and over, just like doing this, to call your clients over and over and over, most people will stop
Seems easy, but they will stop.
It's simple to do this a few times. Oh, I got 25 dials.
Yeah.
Oh, but I got to, this looks easy over here now to do.
Yeah.
It's simple, but it's not easy because you have to do that simple task
That's right.
repetitively until you get really good at it. And then,
I mean, on that note, if I said, hey, Alex, I need you to go dig for 24 hours straight, and there's $1 million at the end of the 24 hours, but you have to also get so deep or whatever, right? Hypothetically. Could you do it?
for $1 million, how many shovels? Because I'm going to break a shovel in the
Yeah,
beginning.
yeah.
We're going to go through a few shovels.
Yeah. Most people could, a lot of people in the world wouldn't make it 24 hours. How crazy
no,
is
a
that,
lot
right?
won't.
Sawyer's like, bro, I would.
Yeah,
right?
he would. And then so this is going to be on YouTube, right? So let's talk
Yeah.
about a YouTube guy that does that kind of stuff and puts people's mental stamina to the test.
Correct.
And Sawyer loves Mr. Beast, right?
Mr. Beast.
And so he takes people and puts them in a football-sized stadium, and then narrows it down to a stadium, a thing that we're in right now, where
Yeah.
it's what is this, like 4x4?
Sure.
And puts 15 people inside of it and says the last person to leave gets to whatever the money is.
Woo.
And it's
Yeah.
people.
He's got Squid
the
Games, all that
stamina,
stuff,
Squid
yeah.
Games, all that. Yeah, but like most people aren't willing to this.
That's right. So
And there's
good.
not even a task involved. You just got to wait.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to do anything. You don't have to on all the stuff that he does.
yes.
There's nothing involved except just being there.
Yeah.
And people will literally leave thousands of dollars of giveaway just because.
That's right.
That's crazy.
This is. It's insane.
But then you add on top of that we have to use this, and we got to invest some money in ourselves, and we got to spend to go to a conference, or invest to go to this, or buy whatever it is.
Yeah.
Then people really don't do it,
Correct.
which is
Correct.
why not everyone's cut out.
Yeah.
Which is why we'll continue to make the money we make by impacting the families we do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's just that's just what it boils down to.
How much cooler does it make you feel as a parent that you get to hang out with your... Actually, Sawyer, why don't you walk over and stand in front of your dad real quick? You get to hang out with your son. He gets to literally hang out with dad here in Springfield, Missouri at the office. And you get to have that freedom and get to build something. And your son get to see you go through it and build it and start over. That one's still a lot of confidence in him. I saw my dad making $800,000-900,000 a year corporate America, start over on a whim, put everything in and build it back up. Dude, that you watch that as a kid, something happens You know, how cool is that?
Yeah, well, first off, that story of yours from yesterday. I mean, I didn't know that your dad was at that level and lost it all. And
Yeah, I don't share that a lot. Apparently, I should more. But.
Yes, you should.
What's up, Sawyer?
Introduce yourself, big guy.
My name is Sawyer, and this is my dad.
Nice.
And tell him how old you are.
I'm 9 years old.
9.
Yeah.
Dude.
And are you a power player? No, you are.
You are, man.
Yeah, you are.
A super power player in the making, right? Yeah, that's cool. What have you? Okay, let's see what Sawyer says. Okay, and we may move the mic a little closer to him. We'll see. What have you thought of today so far?
I thought it has been really awesome.
Yeah. What's been cool about it? Is there something you noticed or that stood out as you've been here?
That everybody works together.
Good. Dude, that's a good observation, man. That's cool. I'm wondering if some of you guys would have caught that observation if you've been here, right? Working together, okay.
What about the sales meeting this morning? What'd you think about the fact no one was sitting down, right? What'd they do in the beginning?
Everybody was standing up.
That's right.
Well, not everybody, but
Yeah.
mostly everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool, man. Yeah. Well, your dad said you're driving home, so.
I think you should ask Cody some questions. Cody told me one time that he hates interviewing. He loves being interviewed. I think you should ask Cody some questions about how he got into the game.
That's good, dude. What questions you got, man? This is cool. Is there one question that comes to mind as you think through this?
What have you learned whenever you were like here and like actually like owning something to yourself, like a company or something?
Yeah, that's a good question, man. What have you learned? So I would say biggest advice for at 9, right, that I could transfer is that number 1, you can do anything in life, especially when you set your mind to it and not worry about what anybody else thinks or says. When you say, I am doing this, no matter what, as you said earlier this morning, I'm never giving up. I'm going to do this. I'm going to accomplish this. That's big, right? That's big. Also, too, though, after you eventually do really well on your own, to grow and scale it, it takes people. And you need you want to help a lot of people? Surround yourself with a lot of amazing people, right? They got Alex and Dylan and we're hanging out, right? Like you want something really special, find incredibly powerful, awesome people that are really good at what they do and that are way better at what they do than what you do, and surround yourself with those people. And then it's like a team, right? And instead of you playing the driveway by yourself, you're eventually the coach of a big old football team or the GM of a NFL team, right? You know what I mean? So, yeah. So believe you can do anything, and then eventually surround yourself with a bunch of awesome people that are maybe almost as cool as Sawyer, you know? Yeah. Any other questions?
If you think of another one, let me know.
Okay. Boom. Fist bump. Give it up for Sawyer. Give Sawyer some love in the comments as you're watching this, okay? On IG, Facebook, YouTube, man, as he's waving to the camera and saying bye. How cool of a kid, dude.
It's awesome, dude.
You are one heck of a dad.
Well,
seriously.
Yes, thank you. But I think when you had Mr. Pritchett on here, you and him both talked about the other half. That's really like, you can't do this, you can't do this, like to be able to have like, because Sarah's at home right now with the other 3. I mean, it's summer break.
Yeah.
Right. There's 2 of them had swim lessons.
Wow.
Charlotte just had a dance recital all weekend, and then we get in the car yesterday at noon to drive 6 hours to come here to have him, because he was like, yeah, I want to go. I want to see like he wears this hat every day.
Yeah.
Every school.
Well, he had that Jackson Agency hat on, by the way, until I gave him an 8% one. It's going to look like I knew he was going to be on camera. I didn't. The team just got him one and said, hey, give this to the little man. So
That's
I
awesome.
did. Now he's got Jackson Agency hat on again.
But like baseball practice, like all those things.
Yeah.
He loves, and he's, he started a lawn care business. He was like, Dad, I need a business.
That's right.
I was like,
at 8, right?
At 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then on top of that, Cody, he goes, not only Dad, if I'm going to have a business, I got to have hats and I need some business cards.
Yes.
So Had 8.
That's so cool, man.
It was awesome.
That's so cool too. And what's cool for Sawyer, and I can relate to this, is we both have amazing parents who really care about us. That's what Sawyer just said, care about us, right? And they do, and they have our best interest at heart, and they pour positivity into us and lift us up. Not everyone is as fortunate,
Right.
you know. It's crazy. So yeah, it's cool. You're being a great dad. Hopefully I can be as cool of a dad as you are one day, you know, when we eventually have a kid. So that's awesome. It's cool. I did want to pivot. I wanted to kind of show Sawyer off for a second and kind of hang out with him, which is cool because he's a good kid, man. He's been fun to have here too. You can come over anytime. Okay. The number one nugget you said earlier was you wish you'd have started full-time sooner.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to someone that's like, dude, I don't know that I can't afford to. I'm not ready to. Mentally, I can't. Because I agree. Everyone that wishes they would have started insurance sooner, everyone wishes they'd have started building a brand sooner, a podcast, a business, whatever. Like we all wish we would have done it sooner,
Right.
whatever it is. What advice would you give to anyone in any situation that's realizing that now? Or doesn't realize it yet?
Yeah. Well, I think the biggest advice is bet on yourself.
Yeah.
Because, you know, some people won't like this answer. You said it in your speech recently, I've heard. And some people will not want to hear this, but you got to leverage the D word, right? I think you should leverage debt
Yes.
to a capacity of maturity
Correct.
to
Good point.
leverage debt for business. I mean, because if in the very beginning, right,
Yeah.
you may not have 100% cash flow.
Yep.
And
That's right.
but if you bet on yourself and you think, hey, I can go out there and I can get whatever this is
Yes.
in order to make that happen.
Right.
Well, if you do it in the right way, you're going to get cash flow positive.
That's right.
And now you're cash flow positive and you're paying yourself back as whatever your debt was.
Yep.
You got to be smart about it. That's the part that's why most people unencourage.
Yeah.
That don't encourage having debt is because most people don't know how to do it responsibly.
Yeah. Is it okay to put leads on a credit card when you need leads to survive, but you don't have any money?
I think so.
Dude, I think so too.
Yeah, 100%.
If it helps you get closer to the goal. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do something very unorthodox now.
Okay, let's do it.
I'm over here and I gotta go to the bathroom really bad. So, and we're not gonna stop the podcast though. Okay. This is raw and real. I'm gonna run. I'm gonna come back, and Alex is gonna talk about how he sold $330K his very first full year.
Yes.
I want him to talk about his schedule, his calendar, all the specifics behind it, and I'll be back in like 60, 90 seconds. How about that?
We'll be back in a moment with Cody Askins. Okay, so on air live. Come on up here, Sawyer. Get in the chair. So 2019. I started in August, September. Let's see, September, October, November, December. I started September, the very beginning of September of 18. And I'll preface what Cody asked with the first part, which is I wrote 129,000 and issued 88,000 in that first 4 months. 129 and 188. And then in 19, I did, and keep in mind, guys, and I'm not taking anything away from myself or what I did or what other people have done or haven't done, but there's people out there that have done double what I've did, and there's people out there that have done half of what I've done. But I did it while also having a family, having 4 kids at the time, or 3 and 1 on the way, and she was born in 19. So there's that came along. But the reason I stress this is because I'm not doing anything special, and I want everyone out there to know that if you have the desire and the want within you, and you're willing to bet on yourself, that you can do more than you think you can do. You have the ability to go out there and help more families. You have the ability to buy more leads and to invest in yourself and make more phone calls. All those things are available. So I did $330,000 of written premium on 429 families helped, 429 applications in that first calendar year, January to December of 2019. And at the time, for those of you that are like, hey, like that, like, how'd you do that? There was no virtual at the time. It was 100% on the road. And some people are like, hey, I'm still doing on the road. I'm still doing virtual. I'm still doing a little bit of both. But that was, for me, it was all on the road. And Cody asked about the calendar. So for me, I called on Friday and Saturday to run, and sometimes on Sunday from like 12 to 4, 11 to 5. I try not to do like after church before family dinner. And then the schedule from that was, again, I called on Friday, Saturday, sometimes Sunday, and I'd run appointments on Monday, Tuesday. I'd stack it, try to do 7, 8, 9, 10 appointments. Typically 7 or 8 was my number on Monday and Tuesday. And then sometimes on Wednesday, if I needed filler, I would do Wednesdays as well. And so that was my schedule.
So did you call on the weekends?
Did I call customers on the weekends? Yeah, I called Fridays, I called Saturdays, and I called sometimes on Sundays from like
after
noon
church
to 4.
And stuff?
After church, before dinner.
So you think other people should do that too?
Do you think other people should do that too, so that they can get a lot more appointments whenever they're first starting?
Yes. And here's the thing. If you're not dialing enough people, you will not have enough what I call butts in seats. Butts in seats, whether it's virtual, whether it's on the phone, or whether it's face-to-face, kneecap to kneecap at a kitchen table. If you don't have the appointments made, you can't help families. You might want to help a whole bunch of families. But if you're not out there actually making the appointments by picking this up or using whatever dialer you have, you're not going to make the appointments.
Would it be better for you to start better for you to start hiring people first, or for you to start helping families?
I think that you should start doing both almost at the same time. Because had I started giving other people the opportunity and hiring people and showing how to do this business sooner, then I'd be in a whole different place right now, and more families would have been helped also, because we have a phrase at the Jackson Agency that says we help families, help families, help families. Because the more people we can bring into this business, the more families they can help, and therefore the more families we're helping in the big picture.
So I feel like you should start as helping families so that you can get more money from the policies and stuff, so that you can how you did, you made your own website and all that.
Yeah.
So that you can do that, and then you can get a lot more people hired.
Yes, but I think you should also hire.
Should you hire a couple people first and then start doing a lot more so that they can start helping you?
There you go. And they can also help their own families too, right? Yeah. Because the more families that they're helping, the more cash flow they have, yes. Which means that
the people behind them can help those families, and then they can help the other families.
There you go.
They can keep hiring and keep helping.
Say boom.
Boom.
Dude, I think you could just do your own podcast. Look at this. You're dominating. Give me a fist bump. Boom. All right. Awesome job. Great job.
That was so good.
Some of you are so scared to get on video and do podcasts and help people, and Sawyer's making it look easy.
You only gave him 2 of those questions. The rest were
Dude, the rest of he just started coming with. I'm like, whoa.
That's so funny. That's so good.
Way to go, buddy.
So 330,000, 429 applications in my first year, and the schedule, like I said, it was all. So I live in Central Illinois, so I would drive an hour and a half to 2.5 hours east one day, and then west, whichever direction that is on the map, this way the next day. I'd go Monday one direction, come home Tuesday the other direction, because I had 4 counties that I worked, and they were both on opposite sides of the state, or 2 and 2. So I'd go over there here to the Quad Cities. I'd go over here to the edge of Indiana, Vermilion County, and that area, and I'd work those 2 opposite sides of the state, because my backyard, as I called it, the right there in my backyard, it was I couldn't get any leads there, because my upline, who started 8 or 10 months before I did, he already had that area kind of used or taken. And I for sure as heck wasn't going to go back in behind him. If he couldn't help him, I wasn't going to be able to help him, right?
Yeah.
And so I wanted to go to areas where I could get those newer leads for myself and older leads too, but
Yeah.
I didn't know who was helping them, and I knew they still needed help. So
That's right.
that's how I did it.
Dude, that's a big number, man. 330K, and he's giving away for free his schedule, his calendar, his son's dropping bombs and giving away nuggets, right? We got a couple more minutes. What advice would you give to someone that has been in the industry? I'm going to create a specific situation that's unique that I maybe haven't asked before. They've been in the industry 6 months. There's a lot of those.
Yeah.
They're really close to leaving. They're not making any money. And they don't know what to do. They keep consuming the content because they're like, man, I need something to like pull me forward and another day, right? What advice would you give to that person?
First, I would ask them, are you doing the work? And are you getting the resources?
What if they feel like they're doing the work?
Well, I don't care how they feel.
Yeah.
Feeling one thing and doing something is two different things, right?
Yeah. They're doing what they're told, but maybe they're not being told enough. Maybe they do feel like they're on an island a little bit.
Get yourself off of an island and find another mentor or a coach or a team or someone that you can, have pour into you. And I'm not saying, I'm not necessarily saying you need to leave where you're at.
No, he didn't say that at all.
I'm saying that what you need to do is find someone that gives you what you need, that may be at a different organization. It may be at a different agency. It may just be that you're not getting around the 5 people that you need to be around the most. Because my mentor always told me, you're the sum of the 5 people you hang out with the most.
Yes.
And if you're hanging out with chickens, you're going to be a chicken. If you're hanging out with eagles, you're going to be an eagle, right? Rest in peace, Matt Smith. That was from him. He said
wow. Yes.
That was at a conference. He talked about how chickens and eagles, the difference between, and eagles fly, chickens run away from the storm. That's why someone who runs away from things are called chickens. But eagles literally fly into the storm because it gives them the updraft to get up higher and see what's available.
Wow. That's so good.
Be an eagle.
Talk about someone with a big heart, man, that did a lot for a lot of people.
Yeah. I mean, the impact that he's made on that he has made and continues to make on the industry.
Yes.
Not just Symmetry, not just his agents. I mean,
Well, dude, thank you for being on this thing. You've been phenomenal, man. This has been a
awesome.
blast.
This has been so
You've
good.
been cool. Let's have Sawyer close us out.
So
okay.
good.
What would you like to say to the people listening as we close out the Power Player podcast? Tell them how they can go follow your daddy. Okay. Where should they look him up? On Instagram, Facebook, YouTube?
You should look him up on YouTube.
On YouTube. Okay. What's his YouTube?
Custom Life Pro.
Custom Life Pro. I like it.
And what's Instagram? Alex Jackson 1130.
Alex Jackson 1130.
On IG. Yep. That's where I was actually. If you're watching this and you want to maybe catch us, when Alex and I are together, I just tagged him in a bunch of stuff.
And then if I can put my email out there, it's alex@customlifepro.com.
Alex at customlifepro.com is his email. I'm sure they're picking it up through the mic, but just in case.
And if you're watching this and you live near Peoria, Illinois, I can come mow your lawn too.
Yes. If you live near Peoria, Illinois, Sawyer's going to come mow your lawn. $50, but it'll be totally worth it. 45 plus tip.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it. Dude, you're a cool cat, man.
Oh, I have one more question for Dad too.
Okay. One more question for Dad.
Would it be better for you to start like how you started, how you used to have to go by, like how you used to like have to drive everywhere? Mm-hmm. Would it be better to do that at first, or would it be better to do Zoom meetings?
Ooh, good question.
Ooh.
Good question.
Drive or Zoom?
So I personally am a big fan of Zoom. I told my wife when the COVID thing happened and we've literally went Zoom overnight, I said, I ain't going nowhere. I'm not leaving this house again. Besides the fact I just got an office about 3 weeks ago, I said, I'm not going. I'm not leaving. I can do it from the comfort of the house or an office, whatever. I
can go.
Yeah, there's two different schools of thought. Some people are like, hey, you should only do Zoom after you've done in the home. I think even if you can do Zoom and knock it out of the park day one, that you can go in the home whenever you want. Get with whoever brought you into the business and get with them on what they think is best for you, but also whatever you're most comfortable with as well. But I'm a big Zoom fan, Zoom and phone.
That's awesome.
So,
That's awesome.
Cody, this has been awesome, man. Appreciate you.
Dude, appreciate you guys, man. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so I'm gonna have you close us out of Power Players today. Okay, so let's do to everybody watching. This is Sawyer and Power Players out. Can you remember all that? You got it.
Everybody watching.
To everybody that is watching, this is Sawyer and Power Players are out.
Boom.
Good job, buddy.
Good work. You got some FaceTime. Hey, if you enjoyed this,
I got another one you're gonna love.
it's right there.
Click on it. See you in there.
And what's the average premium, annual premium per cell for you?
For final expense, it usually averages about 700. I think mine might be just a little bit higher than that. I'd say 700 is a good mark.